Hey guys, so today we're talking about rational numbers and irrational numbers. So rational numbers can always be written as a fraction of two integers. And before we go into more details, let's talk about integers again. Integers are any number that you basically see on a regular number line. So if you look at this number line here, we see 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then all 1, 2, 3, 4, and anything above that are positive integers. And then if we go in the other direction, we have -1, -2, -3, -4. Those are negative integers. Integers don't have any decimals. They don't have um, any fractions. So we're just looking for positive or negative integers. When we talk about rational numbers, they can be written as a fraction of two integers. So for example, 3 over 4 is a fraction of two integers. Uh, -5 over 8 is a fraction of two integers. So these here are all considered rational numbers. If you think of 5, a whole number, 5 can be written as 5 over 1 as a fraction of two integers. So these here are all examples of rational numbers. So what we could do in a calculator, if you want to check if something is rational, and you have that Texas Instrument, you can say, what about 5.25? And how we can check if this is a rational number with a calculator is you're going to go to Math, you're going to hit Fraction, and it's going to turn this number into a fraction if it is rational. So we press Enter, and 5.25 can be written as 21 over 4. So this is a rational number. So let's see what are some examples on where we might see some irrational numbers. So let's say you're asked to find if the square root of 2 plus the square root of 4 is rational or irrational. What you'll do is we go to the calculator, we're going to put in the square root of 2 plus the square root of 4, and then you press enter. Well, I see a long decimal. I don't see a repeating decimal. I don't see a terminating decimal. But let's see if the calculator can turn it into a fraction. We're going to hit Math. We're going to hit that fraction and press enter one more time. It could not be turned into a fraction. So this here is called an irrational number. This is 3.4142135 dot dot dot. Um, and it's irrational because the pattern, there's no repeating pattern, and the decimal doesn't stop. If it's a non-repeating decimal or or if it's a terminating decimal, sorry, let me rephrase that. If it's non-repeating and non-terminating, it's considered irrational. So this here was irrational. This one here was irrational. Let's talk about B. So let's try this one. The square root of 3 plus the square root of 25. Enter. So it looks like it might be irrational. It's not terminating, it's not repeating, but let's try that fraction trick. So Math, fraction, enter. So it could not be turned into a fraction, so this one here is also irrational, 6.73205, uh, dot, 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 dot. This is irrational. It does not repeat and it does not terminate, making it irrational. Let's talk about C. We have the square root of 9, plus the square root of 25. Press enter. That's a whole number. And we said earlier, whole numbers can be turned into fractions. If we hit Math, go to Fraction, and press enter, it just says 8, but as we know, the number 8 can be written as 8 over 1. This is rational. If it's a whole number, it is rational. Let's try this last one. We have 1 over the square root of 25 plus 1 over the square root of 36. Now, I don't think my calculator, I know your calculators at school can do the fraction, but mine here can't. So let's try this. So open parentheses, 1 divided by the square root of 25, close parentheses, plus, open parentheses, 1 divided by the square root of 36, close parentheses, press enter. Okay, so I have what we're seeing is a repeating decimal. We see that 6 repeating, so 3.36666667. If I want to check if this is rational, I turn it, go to fraction, enter, and this is turned into a fraction. So I'm going to say this is 11 over 30, and this is rational because it can be written as a fraction of two integers. And if we were talking about the irrational explanation, we can say it's irrational because it can not be written as a fraction of two integers. All right, guys, I hope that helped. Have a great day.